The woman you see about to be interviewed by the police is Pam Hupp. In August of 2016, Pam made a phone call to 911 claiming that she was being robbed by 33-year-old Louis Gumpenberger.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, hello, there's someone breaking in my house. Help.
What's the address you're at?
Help.
Want me to give you want me to give your wife?
No, I'm not getting in the car with you. No,
What's
get
your
away.
address?
Get out, get out, get out. Help.
Ma'am, what's the address you're at?
Help, help.
Why is somebody breaking into?
During the call, Pam fired all of the bullets in her gun at her attacker, then went outside to wait for the police. Louis was pronounced dead at the
That 911 call sends chills down my spine. You can hear the panic in Pam's voice, but something feels off. The way she controls the narrative, even in chaos, makes you question what's really going on. This case isn't just about a robbery. It's about deception woven so tightly it destroys lives. As we dig deeper, you'll see how Pam's actions ripple, leaving families broken and justice tangled. What would you do if you sensed someone wasn't who they seemed? Let's unravel this together.
recorded.
Did you ask him about the film?
What are you talking about?
Is this going to be filmed? Because I always appear on the news then, on Chris Hayes.
Oh, well, okay, I don't know about Chris Hayes, but in an incident such as this, okay, to protect you, to protect me, we're going to record it, okay? Just because that way, you know, it doesn't look like you're hiding anything, it doesn't look like I'm hiding anything.
Okay.
That way I don't misconstrue something you say down the road, you know, like I misinterpret something you said, or I thought you said one thing and you actually said another, so. Okay, so again, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. I know that you wanted to come up here instead of talking at the scene, which is great. I guess, is there, just out of curiosity, is there a reason why you came up? Is it cooler here or something,
No.
temperature-wise?
The officer said that I had to go back to here to repeat everything.
Oh, okay. So,
I didn't want to go anywhere.
well, I appreciate you coming up here with us, okay, and we'll take you home.
I just want to
We
go
can
anywhere
take it home,
but
too.
there. I got home, opened up the garage, pulled in, got my dog, walked him out in front so he could go pee. And he did his thing. Went back, put him inside, gave him a treat. Came back out, I was gonna run back up to the mall. I was supposed to pick up a purchase that from Best Buy. I had to make an appointment. My appointment's Friday. I was gonna run up there, see if I could get it early. So I was gonna run back up there, and as I started pulling out and got halfway out, I noticed as I was backing out that a car came down really fast down the cross street and whipped around right in front of my driveway, because I'm right at the end. Here's the cross street and here's my driveway. So they came out and did this right in front of my driveway, and I looked up because it was so fast and startling, and somebody jumped out, and I was like, wow, somebody, I don't know what I thought, if somebody was hurt, I don't know what was going on. It was so fast. And then he ran up, I was halfway out the drive where I was parked, and he jumped in my car. He opened up the door and jumped in my car.
Which door?
The passenger.
Front or back?
Oh, front.
Or passenger front? Go ahead.
And he had a bunch of stuff in his hands. I don't know what he had, but he had a knife also, but he had something in his other arm. I don't know what he had. And he put a knife and kept going, just yelling random stuff like, you're gonna take me to the bank and get Russ's money. Take me to the bank, you're gonna take me to the bank. He put a knife up to my throat there and was yelling stuff. And he kept looking behind him like this. So I put it in gear, and I was thinking how I was gonna get out of there when he was looking, and he kept yelling, coming back, and then he looked back again, and I hit his arm with the knife and then shot out of the car and ran inside.
Okay, so you were, I just want to make sure I understand. So you'd already been home, fed the dog, gave him his treat, and you were getting ready to leave. So when you got home, did you leave the car in the driveway, or did you pull in the garage?
I was in the garage.
Okay, so you pulled the car all the way in.
Yes.
And then you got out and you tended to the dog.
No, I did not pull it in the garage. I always pull it in the garage when I'm gonna stay, but no, I stayed right there because I was leaving.
Okay,
So right where it was.
So where
it was
where
still
it was-
running. Yeah,
okay.
I just ran in to let him out.
Okay, so you were only in the house just a couple
I was
minutes
just-
more?
Oh, not even a couple minutes, just enough to put his leash on. I brought him out, walked him, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
How do you go in the house? When you pulled in the driveway to go in, how did you go in the house? Through what door?
The garage door.
Okay.
The garage, big one was open, I ran through the garage door.
Pam was a very greedy person, and she knew how to manipulate those around her to get what she wanted. It all began in 2013 when Pam's mother, Shirley, would mysteriously pass away, and Pam would inherit a very large life insurance policy. Shirley's housekeeper would find her underneath the balcony of her apartment, where it appeared that the railing had been broken. The coroner's report would state that Shirley had passed away due to an accidental fall. The strange part was not how she fell, but how there was 8 times the normal dose of sleeping pills in her system. Also, Pam was the last one to see her.
Okay.
To go again.
Okay.
And that's when the car shot around and somebody jumped out. Before I knew it, they were sitting next to me.
Okay, so let's first describe the car. Can you give a description of the vehicle?
Well, I wasn't really paying attention to the vehicle, more of the shriekness of their tires that they did. It was just a silver, wasn't as small as like a little Toyota, a little bit bigger, but not a big one sedan. It was 4 doors.
So 4-door,
Mhm.
you would say mid-size? Is that?
Yeah, probably mid-size. Wasn't brand new.
I mean, as you reflect back, do you remember anything specific about, other than being silver and being 4 doors, anything on that? You said it wasn't that new.
No,
Anything
it
else?
wasn't like shiny, like you could tell it was. Like my crash, I just hit a 2004 Honda, kind of like older like that. You know, not that it was a piece of crap or anything, but it was, yeah,
It was a veteran car.
yeah, grocery getter. And that's all I remember about it. It was just so fast, like I wasn't really even looking at the car. It was like, what's this hastiness that this car's doing, this quickness? I didn't know what was going on. It was just weird. It was getting weird. And it was like, because they tore around, and he popped out, and I'm like, my first thought was, did I know him? Because they did it so fast, but then I was like, and I looked back down, and next thing I knew, he was there, so.
Okay, so as I was up there for a few minutes, and I noticed that there was an orange car parked on the street.
Pam's story about the attacker feels like a script she's struggling to keep straight. The vague car details and shifting descriptions are like she's painting a picture to fit a lie. This isn't just a moment of fear, it's a calculated move in a much bigger game. Think about it. How does someone go from victim to mastermind so seamlessly? The police are starting to see through her, and so are we. This case exposes how greed can twist someone into betraying everyone around them. What drives a person to such lengths? Let's keep watching to find out.
Passed away, leaving Pam with more life insurance money, would be a woman named Betsy Faria. Betsy had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and Pam would do everything she could to help her. Pam would work very hard to build trust with Betsy. Eventually, Betsy would make Pam the sole beneficiary of her $150,000 life insurance policy. She did this because she believed her husband Russ would spend all of the money. Pam promised that she would take the money and set up a trust for Betsy's daughters. The problem was, there was a good...
So that guy squeals away, the guy jumps in the passenger seat of the car. I know you described him as having a knife in one hand and something else in
He has
another.
Yeah, well, he had popped in when he opened up the door, and I don't know what I was thinking. I don't even know. He just was in there so fast, but I know he was jumbling something in this arm and had a knife in the other hand. And then he switched somehow. I don't know if he set his stuff down or dropped it. I don't know what he did, but he had put the knife in the other hand then. So, and that's when he put it up here to me.
You're using your right hand. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay. Did you use your right hand because you're right-handed, or did you use your right hand because that's how you recall it happened, or?
That's how I recall that it happened. Because he had something in his right hand when he first got in, and then the first few seconds, I didn't see a knife or anything. I know he just had stuff, you know, and I was just like freaked out, and then all of a sudden he dropped stuff and then he had a knife, so I'm guessing right.
Okay. So, what, if anything, did he say?
He said, "You're gonna take me to the bank and get Russ's money. We're going now, so get going," type stuff. And he just kept yelling stuff like that at me. And so at this time, I don't have it in gear or anything, or I do have it. No, I don't have it in gear. And I had put it in gear to go because I didn't know what to do. And then that's when I noticed he was looking back. I don't know if he was looking, because cars, I don't know what he was looking at, but he kept looking back and I noticed that, so I put it back into gear and he said, "Get going right now, we're going to the bank." And then he looked back again like this and I hit his arm and I shot out of the car.
So when you say put it back into gear, you mean you put it back in park? Okay.
So my plan was to get out of the car somehow.
So when he came up and approached you at the car door and got in, the vehicle was in reverse with your foot on the brake?
On December 27, 2011, Russ returned home from work to find Betsy unresponsive with over 50 knife wounds in her body. After seeing the grisly crime scene, the police named Russ as their prime suspect. Russ was arrested and he would take the case to trial. Pam would testify against Russ, claiming that Russ was a terrible husband who would tell his wife that he couldn't wait for her to die. Pam's testimony against Russ would be the final nail in his coffin, and he would receive life.
Russ Faria's life was torn apart by Pam's lies. Imagine spending years in prison for a crime you didn't commit, your wife's murder pinned on you while the real culprit walks free. The injustice here is gut-wrenching. Pam's testimony wasn't just a betrayal, but a calculated strike to protect her secrets. It makes you wonder how many lives she shattered for money. This case shows how fragile justice can be when someone manipulates the truth. How do you heal from that kind of betrayal?
Describe the guy that got in the vehicle with you.
The guy who got in with me, he had on shorts, he had on blue shorts, shortish hair, sandy blonde.
And now, forgive me, I did not go in the scene. I've not been in the scene.
Okay.
So is he a white male, black male,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hispanic male?
He's white male.
White male.
He was taller than me. He had blue gym shorts on, and some sort of t-shirt, and sandy blonde hair, and I want to say his eyes were blue, but I'm not sure. It's not like they were like a bright blue or anything like that, noticeable. But I want to say they were light colored eyes. They weren't brown.
Okay.
I don't think. I could be wrong. I really wasn't looking at his face.
Notice anything, any smells?
He didn't smell. The only thing I noticed is he's yelling and getting more and more upset. He was slurring his words. I thought he was drunk. I didn't smell anything at all. But he did have, I don't know what he had with him, but he kept, like the more he kept repeating himself, he was getting all excited and he was, I thought he was drunk or on drugs or something like that because I couldn't understand him half the time.
Right.
He was yelling crap, I couldn't even understand.
Okay, so he was slurring his words, but he didn't really smell of anything at all.
I didn't smell anything.
Was he sweaty? Was he dirty? Was he clean?
Well, he didn't stink.
Okay.
Is he?
I didn't notice like greasy hair, like a homeless person or anything like that.
Okay.
He just looked like a normal person to
Okay.
me. I mean, he wasn't clean cut like you guys, like you're groomed, but he wasn't dirty because I didn't smell anything or see like nasty hair or anything.
What age? About what age would you put him in?
I don't know, late 30s.
And of course, it begs the question. I don't know that we've just asked you straight. Have you ever seen this guy before?
No.
Don't know him?
Russ would appeal his conviction and the case would go to trial again. This time, justice would prevail and Russ's conviction would be overturned. After spending 3 years in prison, he was finally a free man. It would seem that Pam was not very happy that Russ had been released from prison. Shortly after his release, a blonde woman would be seen driving around in Pam's car, claiming to be a Dateline producer. She would ask the people she met if they would be interested in reenacting a 911 call. The police found this out because one of the people that was asked became very suspicious of the interaction. Before interviewing Pam, the police knew that someone who matched her description was trying to reenact a 911 call.
Something about killing my wife, and I'm like, I mean, I didn't say anything, but it was weird, his wording.
You said that in the car?
He said it out in a car, yelling at me, and when he was saying he was going to kill me.
Okay.
So what are the things that you could understand him say? What are the things that he said to you?
Well, at first it was kind of clear in the car because he wanted me to go to the bank to get Russ's money. And
How did he say that?
he said some curse words, and then he said, we're going.
We can say those here.
Yeah, let me just tell us what he said.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
well, a lot I couldn't understand, but he said when he first got in and he had I think I was yelling at him, I don't even remember, I think I was like, who are you, get out of my car, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, bitch, we're going to the bank. And I'm like, then my mind just starts swirling because I'm like, going to the bank, this is so freaking weird. And I'm like, I'm not going to the bank with you, get out of my car. And he goes, bitch, we're going to the bank, we're getting Russ's money. And he started getting all agitated and excited. And that's when he was yelling things, I wasn't listening because I was forming how the hell I was going to get out of the car. So he was yammering crap, couldn't really understand him at that point. And my thought was to get the knife away and get the heck out of the car. That's all I was thinking about at that point. What he was saying, I don't know. As I ran into the garage, he ran after me. I heard the car door shut, and he was yammering stuff again about killing me. Again, my focus was to get in the house. I knew I had my phone in my pocket. I was trying to dial 911. I think I did it 3 times before it went through on my cell phone. By then I was inside, and he was trying to get the door. I was trying to hold the door. I couldn't get it locked then. And I was trying to get 911 on the phone. And he was saying stuff. And then the door he got in, it flew open, and I ran into the bedroom. He was yelling stuff, and as I was going in the bedroom, something again about killing my wife, him and Stevie. Me and Stevie, you're gonna kill your wife. And so I don't know who that is. I don't know a Steven or a Stevie or Steve. I don't know what he was talking about. He was it was really hard. It's like his sentences weren't formed by then.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of it made any sense, but he did keep saying, get in the car. I ran in the bedroom. I tried to, I shut that door. I was trying to get it locked, wouldn't latch, got a problem with the door. And I got my gun, turned around, got my gun, nightstand right there, and he was pounding on the door. And once it flew open, that's when I shot him. And I just kept shooting him because he just kept standing there.
How many times did you say you pulled the trigger?
I unloaded the whole gun.
Okay. So you pulled the trigger until it stopped firing?
I just kept pulling until it stopped.
Okay, so, and again, because I haven't been there yet, I don't know what it looks like. Did any rounds go? Are there going to be any bullet holes in the door into the bedroom, or do you think that the door was fully?
No, I was in the bedroom.
I understand that, but you said the door flew open, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't start shooting until that door flew open and he was standing right there ready to approach into the bedroom. And I just started shooting and walking towards him because I wanted to be sure I hit him. Because everybody kept saying that's a little gun and blah, 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 and I got to reclose. So once that door opened and he was there, I just started shooting and walking towards him.
Let's see how Russ's story unfolds. The way Pam describes shooting Louis is chilling, not because of the act, but her cold detachment. Most people would be shaken, but she's almost mechanical. It's hard to shake the feeling that this was no random attack but a setup to frame someone else. The note in Louis's pocket, the staged call, it's like Pam's playing chess with people's lives. This case forces us to face the darkness that some hide behind a standard facade. How? Do you trust again after seeing this kind of manipulation? As we approach the conclusion, let's see if justice catches up to her.
After they finished questioning Pam, They explain to her that they are waiting for more information from their bosses. While they wait, they begin talking with Pam about things unrelated to the attack. What's strange is Pam has just been attacked and she took the life of her attacker. Most people that would have gone through this experience would usually be emotional or in shock at what just happened.
You good? Anything I can get you? My step
No,
out for a
I'm
second?
supposed to get my husband.
Yeah, I think
Should
Detective Wolf was gonna go down, or Sergeant Wolf was gonna go down there and talk
Can
to
I
him.
call my lawyer?
Yeah.
Do I need my lawyer up here?
Do you?
Well, how long am I gonna be up here?
You're up here voluntarily.
No, I know, but,
We're not holding you.
no, I know, but how
Okay.
long, they're gonna kill me if I don't have one, just because of everything that's been going on. Should I call them or are we gonna be here much longer?
Okay, you are here. You are here of your own free will. Okay,
Okay.
you have to make those decisions for yourself. I can't.
Well, I didn't
tell
know what
I
you
did.
guys needed.
No, let me tell you what we still have left to do. Okay, in this incident, we need to make sure that we can separate your DNA from his DNA.
So you guys been married 35 years.
30-something.
It's a long time in this day and age.
Got married in, it's like 35. Close. 33, 35,
Are you
34.
guys both around from Missouri originally?
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in this area?
The hood.
How long you lived out this way?
Well, we lived in Florida for 11 years. And we moved
Where
back
at?
here, Naples.
Why would you move from Naples back here?
I didn't like Florida.
Why not?
Well, Naples, which is super gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's
everybody
all-
talks about it.
It's all rich people.
There you go.
So, well, it's a service town. There's no real industry.
I got
The
you.
biggest employer was the school district.
Yeah,
So that tells you.
yeah.
We had our own business down there. We did
Okay.
plantation shutters, but when we were down there 11 years, we did that and sold it and moved. Because I walked all over them pretty much.
No, you're okay. I was.
Pam is currently awaiting trial in this case. Prosecution believes that Pam went looking for someone to help stage a 911 call, and that's when she found Louis. Louis would go with her to her home and help her stage the phone call. While the call was being made, Pam would use her gun to take his life. Afterwards, she would place the note into his pocket, which named Russ as the man who hired Louis to get his life insurance money back. For now, we will have to wait and see what happens next.